What's up guys, it's TheCasualAussie back again for another Digimon TCG deck profile on the channel. It has been a long time since I said that, but today I'm here with my 2x Giga Green Starter deck profile for you guys. So basically what I did with Heaven Yellow, Gaia Red and Cocytus Blue, I'm doing with Giga Green, and in that context, taking 2 copies of Star Deck, putting them together, building a 50 card deck, and not including the Digi Eggs for you guys. If you only have enough money to buy 2 of these decks, this deck will show you what you could potentially play as a lineup. And yeah, that's not much else to say about it. Let's just get right into it because we have a lot to talk about and I don't want to take up too much of your time, but yeah. Anyway, sorry if the cards are slightly angled. I'm doing this upside down for the first time in forever, so yeah. Anyway, let's just jump right into it. Starting off, we have 4 copies of our Digi-Egg that came with the Star Deck. We have Motimon. Motimon is the first form of in training of Kabuterimon, I believe. Kind of fitting since this is a Hercules Kabuterimon deck. But anyway, during your turn, when this Digimon is level 6 or higher, gain 1000 DP. It is not as good as like the Agumon. It is not as okay as Tanamon from set 1, but it is still a nice card. Could potentially be a decent 5th egg if you don't like Frymon or if you're playing like something like a ranked level 6 Turbo. I don't know why I said rank 6. I've got Yu-Gi-Oh! On the brain. Anyway, Motimon is just a nice egg. I love him. I love little Motimon. He is cute. He is adorable. Anyway, moving on to the rookies. I play 4 copies of Tentomon. So let me make sure I get that right. 4 copies of Palmon, because as I said, I'm doing this upside down and right to left as well, and you guys are seeing it all left to right, so this is kind of awkward, isn't it? Then I have 3 copies of Kunamon. We'll go nicely over there, and then 2 copies of Floramon. So let's just talk about these guys real quick. So with Tentomon on play, reveal the top card of your deck. It's the green Digimon added to your hand, otherwise place it on the bottom of the deck in any order. It's sort of a better 1.5 Palmon, which is why I love this card. And Tentomon is, actually, I love the whole Kabuterimon line. Izzy is my favorite of the Digidestin. So having a Tentomon Searcher is quite nice, and it is literally just a better Palmon because it searches any green Digimon on play. Speaking of Palmon, we have 4 copies of the Star Deck Palmon. When attacking, if you're attacking the opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gets plus 2000 DP for that attack for the rest of this turn, actually, which is quite nice. This Palmon is actually kind of nuts. That is an inheritable skill, so you have to have a Digimon on top of it, but hey, that can get up to some crazy big numbers, especially with Togemon, who we'll talk about in a second. This guy is absolutely crazy. I love Palmon at 4. It is just such an amazing card. And then we have Kumamon at 3. Kumamon at 3, because I'm going to evolve into it more than I'm going to hard play it, and it's a 5k beater. I was looking at the rookies we had in the deck, and I like 3 Kumamon, 2 Floramon. Mostly just because of how much they cost and what I'm more going to use them for. Speaking of Floramon, it's a 2 cost to hard play, 4k with 1 to evolve into. That's sort of why I have it at 2, because even though it's 2 to hard play, if I have to evolve into it, it does cost that 1 memory. Whereas Kumamon costs 0 memory but 4 to hard play. I would rather honestly hard play a Kumamon than evolve a Floramon. As far as memory is concerned, actually, maybe not. It's up in the air. I'd still prefer this ratio just because I'd rather not waste memory evolving into a rookie from in training, because those extra draws in the early turns can come up and they can make all the difference. Anyway, let me just grab this pile over here. Moving on to the champions. I play 4 copies of good old Togemon, 4 copies of Kabuterimon, and then finally 4 copies of, where is he? Kawagamon. There he is. Togemon, as I was saying with the Palmon, it actually has the same inheritable skill as Palmon. So when attacking, if you attack an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gets plus 2k for the rest of the turn. Have both Togemon and Palmon under one of your ultimate Digimon, and stuff can get nasty pretty quick. You attack one of your opponent's Digimon, that is a 4k boost right there with both Togemon and Palmon. And it's not a once per turn thing as well, so if you want to slash this with cards from other booster sets like 1.0, Dimension Scissor is a viable option, which can get up to some crazy numbers just thinking about that. Oh, geez, I put that into the universe, haven't I? But anyway, with Kabuterimon, it's the blocker of the starter deck, 5k, but 1 cost to evolve into, so it's kind of like Vegemon. It's cheaper than Woodmon, which is kind of nice, but the downside is it's 1 more cost to hard play, and it is also 1 KDP weaker than Woodmon, but it is still a nice card, not gonna lie. I'm a bit on the fence which blocker I like more, but because as I said, it's slightly different stats, and it all comes down to the individual deck, I guess. But they're all still nice cards. And then, what's it? Kawagamon, 4k, 6000 DP vanilla. Kawagamon is not doing much. I'd rather, if I'm being honest, if I'm building a deck with some cards, I'm gonna more than likely try and find a few copies of Vegemon more than Kawagamon, but we do have to use cards in the starter deck. Kawagamon is literally less reliable Vegemon, because instead of being like Vegemon, it's 2 costs to evolve into rather than Vegemon's 1 cost. But yeah, it's still a good card for the deck. I'm just disappointed about we already have a really have a better card. Actually, we have a few better cards, don't we? I believe we have we have the set 1 Kabuterimon as well, which is nuts actually thinking about. Anyway, speaking of Kabuterimon, moving on to the ultimates, I play 3 copies of Mega Kabuterimon, 4 copies of that. Sorry, I think I said 3. We have 4 copies of Lilymon, and then we have 2 copies of Akuamon. Let me just move these around while I talk about these guys. Starting off with the Mega Kabuterimon. Your turn once per turn. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So this thing has built-in piercing, but without doing the security check. That is nuts. I read this card I opened the Green Starter Deck on camera. I thought this was nuts. I read it again after I opened all the starter decks. I'm like, this is nuts. I'm glad Kabuterimon's got this type of support. I love this kind of Kabuterimon, if I'm being honest. I'm so gonna run this in a proper green. It is 3 cost to evolve into, unlike the unlike most of the other green ultimates, but that is fine. I'll happily play 3 costs to get this monster on my board and evolve it up again. It's fine. And then we have a Lilymon. When Digivolving, reveal the top 5 cards of your deck. Add 1 level 6 or higher Digimon card among them to your hand. And if you do, place them on the bottom in any order. I forgot to look it up before recording, but I think this is kind of similar to the set 1 Lilymon. I honestly prefer the set 1 Lilymon, even though I can't recall what it does off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure the set 1 Lilymon is better, but I love the art though. I'm not going to fault the art on any of these cards. Yeah, that's all. That's all I have to say there. I'm not going to fault the art on these cards. They are quite nice. And then for Akuamon, yes. It is 6 to hard play, but 2 to evolve into as an ultimate. Generic vanilla, not 7000 DP makes it a bit weaker than the 9k generic ultimates that we got in set 1 for blue and green. Like, what was it? Loda Lyomon is one of them, isn't it? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Loda Lyomon is one of those cards. It's not nothing special like Loda Lyomon, and we do have, like, as I said, the Lilymon from set 1. We also have Cherrymon, who is also a 2-cost to evolve into ultimate from set 1, I believe. So we do have some better cards already, but it's fine. As I said, I love the artwork, and can't have winners all the time. These cards are good for a standalone deck. If you're just getting into the game and have access to no other cards. Anyway, moving on to the Megas. We have 4 of the Mega Hercules Carbuteriumon. I almost said Mega Carbuteriumon again. And then we have 4 copies of Rosamon. So with Hercules Carbuteriumon, I don't know why I keep saying Mega Carbuteriumon. With Hercules Carbuteriumon, it has Piercing. So when it deletes an opponent's Digimon by balance of 5, perform a security check. But what I love about this card is Digiburst 2. So to remove the bottom 2 evolution sources from under Carbuteriumon. Suspend when your opponent's Digimon. This thing suspends stuff and then it can attack. Combine this with like Mega Carbuteriumon over here. You're doing piercing plus you're deleting one of your opponent's. Trashing one of your opponent's security. So that's 2 security in 1 turn. And you may still have a Mega Hercules on board afterwards. That is kind of crazy. And then with Rosamon, when Digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon can't attack or block until the end of the next turn. So you're going for game. Rosamon is an excellent card to just evolve into, lock out your opponent's blockers, and swing. That's all I have to say about these guys, but damn, they can pull off some obnoxious things, like Hercules, Carbuteriumon, and Rosamon can get up to some big numbers with Togemon and Palmon. Anyway, moving on to the option cards. I play 3 copies of Needle Spray, and then finally 2 copies of Electroshocker. So Needle Spray, it's up in the air if this is the better Flower Cannon or not, because it is 2 to play like Flower Cannon, and its main effect is suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, but its security effect is activate this card's main effect and add this card to your hand. So essentially you get 2 Needle Sprays for free, which is crazy with this card. It activates during your opponent's turn, and then you get to play it on your turn. That is absolutely insane. So yes, it is up in the air whether this is the better Flower Cannon or not. But anyway, with Electroshocker, it is 5 cost to hard play. Return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to its owner's hand. Trash all Digivolution cards under it. So this is sort of like, Terra's Cluster, but cheaper to hard play. Basically, it returns to the hand instead of the deck, which ain't bad. It really ain't bad. It's quite nice, honestly, and this deck does suspend a lot of Digimon. Heck, even, like proper green decks spend a lot of Digimon, so something like Electroshocker, heck, even bouncing them to the hand. Whilst it isn't back at the bottom of the deck, it is still back in hand. They're still going to have to waste resources to get them out again. That's why I quite like these cards. They are actually insane options for this deck. Anyway, my final card of the deck is the Tamer, and that is 2 copies of Izzy Azumi from the New Star deck. All this is from the New Star deck, but I don't know why I keep saying that, but still. Izzy is amazing. When one of your opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, you may suspend this Tamer to gain a memory. It is nice, and like Hercules Carbuteriumon does cost 4 to evolve into, so being able to suspend one of your opponent's Digimon with something like Flower Cannon and then suspend this, gain a memory, go into Hercules Carbuteriumon, your opponent will still have 1 less memory. It's just great for resource gain, in all honesty. That's why I love it, and it's only 2 cost hard play, so it does not cost that much at all. Play it early if you can, and it activates in the security stack for free, so it is nice. But anyway, that is the deck. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what changes you guys would make to this deck if you were in the similar situation, having to buy 2 decks anywhere. Like, if you had to buy any 2 decks, ignoring the cards you pull in the booster packs because those are random. What would your build look like? That is what that is theoretically what I would go with. I want to know what you would go with. Would you make any changes? Would you use the same list that I did here? Let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description box below for more updates and uploads. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here for now. So until next time, stay frosty.